Trinity Sports Medicine, in its newly remodeled state-of-the-art facility, has a team of professionals that are committed to helping you move better, feel better, and live better. With services to keep you strong and in the game. A qualified staff of sports medicine physicians, a certified chiropractic sports physician, athletic trainers, physical therapists, and performance specialists. Trinity Sports Medicine has comprehensive care programs that are designed to keep you moving, improve your performance, and keep you on track for success.
Wow. Hey, welcome to week 12, something like that.
12.
I can't count that high. Everyone knows it. With Matthew Peaslee, the voiceful Red Younce,
I'm
Mike
back.
Mathison. He's
I got
back.
claps again.
Wow. What's up?
Not too much. Just loving playoff football.
How do you not love playoff football? And you get to see both games this week.
Yeah, two for two.
You go to Big Red to do the sidebar, then you go to Zanesville to take pictures.
No, it's gonna be a fun Saturday and
Nice.
fun Friday. Yeah, and
Your pictures better not suck.
Yeah, they probably will. So get used to it.
And I get to go to Madonna on Friday night and take pictures.
I'm going to be at that game. I look forward to it.
Look, that game's going to be over.
that'll be over
Listen,
after
if
the
you go to
first
the
quarter.
Madonna game, get there early because it's going to be over quick.
I hope they have food. Not the kind I have to pay for. I mean, up in the press box.
See, it's always back to food with
Free.
him. Seriously.
Well, that's always a nice perk, and that's what you
Well-
get for playoff football. That's probably why you like playoff football, is because you normally get something to eat in the press box.
If Coach Kessel would let another team score, maybe the Madonna game would be good, and I wouldn't have to search out food the rest of the way after the first quarter.
Kessel's too anal to let them
Yeah.
score.
You know, let a team hang around for a while.
Okay. We know how that works.
You know, it held my waistline.
Hey, what happened to your Ursuline team anyway?
Oh man, I'll tell you what happened off the record. 23 penalties to 3 penalties.
Are you serious?
Ursuline was flagged 23 times, and Akron Manchester only had like 3 or 4. Yeah, and about 50.
That's a little bit of a.
That's home cooked is what that is.
Just like the Ursuline-Kirtland game last year, where it was at least a 15 penalty differential there. So who knows? I heard that Coach Kemp is going to send the tape in to the state, and just so they can review it themselves to see what happens. But yeah, second half collapsed just like last year in the playoffs. But
That was the only game I picked wrong last week. I went 11-1.
nice.
Thanks a lot, Ursuline. I blame
had it.
Matt
They had it right
Peaslee
there.
for my non-perfect week.
Hey, the Division 5 should be happy now that they're gone. Because
Division
they
5
would've-
should be thrilled
they
that
would've-
they're no longer
yeah.
in there. Every team, the remaining, how many teams left? 16?
Yeah.
The remaining 16 teams breathe a big old sigh of relief now that Ursuline's not
It
there.
was close. Last second field goal though, and that's so. Congrats to Manchester. But
Absolutely.
shoot, that was tough to swallow back home in Youngstown.
Yeah. Speaking of breathing big sigh of relief, Maysville ain't got one this week, do they?
No, Maysville scores on the last play of their regular season to secure
To
their
beat
home.
Claymont.
But it gets bigger
It
in
gets
the
bigger in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
And
Hello.
congratulations in week 2, the team you let in.
You get.
Yeah.
And not only that, Maysville makes the playoffs for the first time in school history. Last year goes to Harding and gets beat.
Yeah.
This year they scored literally on the last play of the regular season to beat Claymont, 20-19.
Jeez.
If Claymont beats Maysville, Claymont probably jumps to 4. Maysville falls, but not below 8. That means Big Red is out.
Eh.
And now, not only do they get Big Red, they get a relatively healthy Big Red that apparently has pretty much all their kids back who were out for the Ursuline game,
Right.
except one. I know Cody Saltzman's out for the season with a torn rotator cuff. But other than that, I hear they get everybody back and a healthy. Ooh, you get a healthy Big Red.
Who went to number 1 Licking Valley.
Who went to number 1 Licking Valley
and
and dominated in the second half.
Yeah.
If they don't turn the ball over twice, it wouldn't even been close. It wouldn't even been
Yeah, they're-
even close.
Yeah, they're coming in hot. I mean, it was just fun to stand on the sidelines of that game and just see how excited the Steubenville players were for that. Because I know they've had some tough losses this year, but just seeing them how excited they were. They were excited, and they're definitely coming in this week. I'm sure they're focused and
Expect
prepared
them to do two
because
things.
they want this one again too. They're going to prove that last week wasn't a fluke. And I know a lot of the players said that they didn't consider that an upset, 8-1, because
Exactly.
they felt that they should have been there, and they took care of business pretty well.
I mean, I know you go 8-1's an upset, but that wasn't an upset.
No, and Matt just said it. For Big Red, these kids believe 8 seed, 4 seed, 1 seed. They think they're the favorite going into every game. 6 and 4, it don't matter. They're in the playoffs. They got there. They expect to beat everybody. They're not thinking, ooh, maybe we can upset.
Yeah.
They're thinking, you got to figure out a way to beat us.
Exactly.
And I think that gets in the team's head. Maysville is the higher seed, but they're coming in. This team got rid of us last year. We have to figure out how to beat Big Red. We have to get on their level. This is a team that's used to being in the postseason. And that type of mentality, that can take you a long way. This is a team that really has a chance to win their region.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. And what did the Licking Valley coach say last week about Big Red?
I mean, he was impressed. I mean, he said that they never seen the speed of the Big Red secondary that they had. He said all year, I mean, Licking Valley only lost 2 games, but they said the speed of their secondary shut down their passing offense, which has been pretty dominant all year.
Right.
In the second half, the Licking Valley quarterback looked like he was just miscommunicating with his receivers because they were so well covered in the secondary there. I mean, Brian Piro, he laid 2 of the biggest hits I've ever seen in a high school football game, too.
Kid's tough.
Yeah, but both in the fourth quarter when Licking Valley had a chance to come back and tie it on their last 2 possessions. I mean, Brian Piro broke up 2 passes that the kid caught, but if it wasn't for a hard hit, he would have probably got 2 first downs on it that stopped drive. So he was impressed by their speed, and he was impressed by the offense, too. I mean, not only did Robert Hayden, who's on the front cover here, and
Lawrence?
Mandela. Johnny Blue.
Johnny Blue,
I mean, they had the power running tandem. I mean, both were splitting the handoffs there, but then they had Mandela, who ran the ball very well, and he hit like 4 or 5 different receivers throwing the ball, too. So it seems like their offense is clicking at the right time. The defense is playing lights out, too, so they're probably playing their best football of the year going into the next round of the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know Brian Piro's got to be tough with the father of Anthony and then older brother Anthony and older brother JoJo.
JoJo was literally one of the...
Brian gave
JoJo was literally one of the toughest competitors I've ever watched on the high school level. The kid just didn't stop. We saw it in different sports. You didn't get to see JoJo. The kid as a running back just never seemed to get tired. And then I watched him go 10 innings in like 90-degree weather during baseball season. I mean, on the mound, the kid never got tired. He's got that Piro blood in him. You know he's ready to fight. So, he's one of the tougher kids in the Valley.
It's going to be fun to watch at St. Clairsville, no less. Yeah. That's going to be a nice venue, nice place to go, nice place to watch. Maysville's quarterback is a 6'4", 200-pound junior, Jacob Miller, so obviously a big kid. Yeah. And if he's that big, my guess is he's got some feet to him too. It's just a guess, but
it's gonna be hard to break.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Mm-hmm. Really, really good game. And no one just because it's 4 playing an 8, don't think the 8's the underdog because I guarantee you Maysville's not looking at Big Red as an underdog.
No.
And there's no way Licking Valley did either. There's just no way. And the rest of the state isn't either. Once again, it's like I say, you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. Yep. The other Friday night game is Weirton Madonna hosting Tucker County. And we all thought this was going to be a Saturday afternoon 1:30 game. And I get a text from John Kendrick, the Madonna AD, going, hey, Friday night. And I was shocked. I was shocked that a team would drive up on Friday to play Madonna on Friday night. My question, I guess they just want to get it over with early because, look, I mean, I know you can't go this team beat this team and this team beat, you can't go 6 degrees of separation. But Tucker finished the season losing to Clarksburg Notre Dame 46-34, the same Clarksburg Notre Dame team. Madonna put 75 on. So just by going that, it doesn't look good. And Comus was oh my gosh, was he a beast last week?
Well, this is a rematch of last year's state semifinal.
I
got stuck. The nice people at Tucker County got me out of a ditch, a mountainside ditch.
Yeah.
But it went in. What was it? Double overtime, I think it was. Yeah. And Madonna pulled it out. The problem is Tucker County lost their class. Last year was their senior class. Yeah. It was the group. They were the number 1 team in the state going into that game, or coming into the playoffs that year. That was their group. They graduated. The base of Madonna is still sitting there.
Right.
So the team that was able to beat you on your home field after a 3-hour, 4-hour drive is back. Now you have to drive and come see them without the group that you've been waiting for years. This is going to be a rough game for Tucker County. These kids are going to come in hoping, maybe we'll get a little revenge for last year. They knocked us out when we were number 1. It's not going to happen. It's going to be an ugly, ugly football game. Madonna is too big, too fast. Let's face it, if they're focused, there's no reason they shouldn't make a run and be in Wheeling this year. Plain and simple.
No, I agree.
They're that good.
Look, I know we're not supposed to look ahead, but we're going to look ahead. Yeah. Week 2 is because Wahama is hosting Clay Battelle. Yeah, that's we're all going to take Wahama on that one. Yeah. So next week, I would think that'd be a Saturday afternoon game. But then again, I thought this would be but I think that'd be a Saturday afternoon game is a rematch of last year's state championship.
And that'll be fun.
Wahama at Madonna. I would expect it to be Saturday afternoon. I would hope. I love Saturday afternoon football. It's just really good stuff. But you look at that. It's like
that's a
quarterfinals get. The quarterfinals get a state championship.
No, that's a state championship caliber game.
Absolutely.
I mean, those are two. Wahama's an outstanding team. I think Madonna has their number this year, but this is not obviously.
Well, I know the fact. I mean, Wahama returned some really good kids, but they also graduated more than Madonna graduated.
Exactly.
They graduated more. Madonna graduated 4 seniors last year.
Yeah.
Wahama graduated more than 4.
And last year, Comus almost single-handedly took them to that game.
He had a broken hand doing it.
And Nero, the way Nero's playing this year, he's not going to have to do it single-handedly.
Well, Nero's got almost 1,300 yards rushing. Yeah. Comus has 1,250 rushing.
Yeah.
I mean, Comus ran for 250. What last week? 254. Yeah. And threw for another $120. Or whatever he threw. 176.
Roscoe's pretty good. Roscoe is pretty good.
Kick and play. And if it wasn't for Chazzy Thomas, Ross would have been Kennedy Ward. But Chazzy Thomas is really good too.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Yeah. And while you're in St. Clairsville, I'll be in Weirton Madonna. Now, both you guys are going to be in Zanesville Saturday night.
Yep.
At Steubenville Central. You got pictures. You got sidebar. Steubenville Central plays Gloucester Trimble.
Yeah.
Number one seed in the region. Their only common opponent was last week's team.
And there were similar scores.
But
we don't know how they got there.
Exactly. They both were 28-point wins. One was 42-14. One was 35-7. But who knows when they scored the 14.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing rumors that Gloucester likes to run the ball. They got a quarterback, Connor Stanley, thrown for 1,800 and 28 touchdowns and 5 picks. So obviously they like to throw the ball. Their leading receiver has 62 catches. But that also tells me that they don't spread the ball around as much as Steubenville Central does. Right? Steubenville Central has Fletch, Parika, Khalil, Johnny D., and then
Murphy gets the ball.
And then you get the Romano out of the backfield. I mean, they just have more. I think they have more weapons if you're going to spread the ball around that much.
Well, this Gloucester team, from everything I've heard, they're based in defense. I believe 5 shutouts, I think, this year.
No, they have 8.
8 shutouts.
Central's averaging 42 a game. Gloucester's giving up 33 for the season.
Year. My buddy actually, I was just telling you, I have a high school friend I don't have any now. But at the homecoming, he was in town for the homecoming game, and he told me about Gloucester. That's the high school near where he lives now. And he had told me about this team. He said that Gloucester is a very similar town to Steubenville. It was an old coal mining town. The coal mining industry went down there, kind of like the steel industry went down here. Just a bunch of tough kids. He goes, this is the type of team. He actually Facebook messaged me before I came here, wondering if I was going to be at the game, saying this is the type of team that all they want to do is hit you. Their thing is defense. They would just assume win every game 3-0. They want to pound on you. Last week we saw Central kind of war Racine Southern down with their hitting.
Right.
So we know Central can hit. Gloucester is based in hitting and stopping people from scoring. It's basically going to be who breaks first. I think even with the big passing numbers that we've seen from both teams, big off, it's going to come down to, I think this is going to be a slugfest defensively is what it's going to come down to, and it's going to be basically who breaks. Can Central get their speed out in space? Because they're not going to have time to run plays downfield.
Right.
They're not going to have time to make those kind of routes happen. But at the same time, Gloucester, like you said, they have the quarterback, they have the big play receiver. Can Central match up with that kid? And can they not make the mistakes to give Gloucester short fields like I've heard they've had the advantage of because their defense forces a lot of turnovers?
Well, Gloucester's best win in week 2 was over Wahama. Yeah. They beat Wahama 12-7.
Yeah, and that's a good win.
That's a quality win. Because we all know how good Wahama is. I mean, they're just a very talented football team. Now, you might see a game Saturday night like you saw last week at Big Red Licking Valley.
Yeah, it could.
Where they just beat the snot out of each other.
Yeah, which is going to be exciting. I mean, you guys were at the game on Saturday. We were back here listening to it on the radio, and I hear that Steubenville Central's down 7-0, and I was kind of worried back here too, thinking, shoot, here they go again. The last 2 losses they had is affecting them. They're not going to get the offense going, but they got the offense going. They got their defense going, shutting them out there for 3 quarters. So they're coming in pretty high for this one too. So yeah, it'll be exciting to watch. I just hope that I can get a good picture as you got as Khalil on that interception last week.
That was nice. That was nice.
That's pure luck, baby.
I don't like to give you much credit, but that was nice.
I always tell people luck will take you to places skill has never been. So, and that was luck.
You know, I won an award once, right?
Really?
For photography.
You know what? McElwain won an award for a bridge explosion.
Yeah, but please, it was an explosion. They told him at this time the bridge will blow up. Point the camera and click.
Click, 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 click.
He could have had a point and shoot. He didn't need anything special.
Yeah. See, now if you had yours vertically as opposed to horizontally.
Yeah, that was
better.
I can't believe Mark Smith tried to jump over that kid.
I don't know Smith had hops.
Oh yeah, he could get up there.
I never saw him jump that high in basketball. I never see him try to.
He did because he never stopped shooting. Sorry, Smitty.
Sorry, Smitty. Smitty elbow just started hurting from jacking him up. Sorry, Smitty.
That's terrible.
It's gonna be a good playoff football. There's no.
Oh yeah, I think actually. The bigger game, the 2 Ohio games have potential to be really, really good games.
I agree with you.
I think they're both really nice matchups. Both teams believe are going into a game. It's not one where anybody's feeling they're pulling an upset. Everyone expects to win in those games. Unlike the Madonna game, where I think Tucker County comes in knowing that Madonna has more talent than they do. Yeah. And they're just hoping to hold on and get that upset, maybe hang around.
Something happens.
Yeah, get a couple breaks their way. But I expect the 2 games on the Ohio side of the river to be pretty exciting.
So is it better this week or last week with him having no voice? Seriously,
I mean, I'm very happy to hear the insight. It's very not just for the blooper reel. He's provided some very good insight for me this week.
There's a first time for everything.
Really? You just complimented him.
Music to my ears. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's better to hear somebody besides your big mouth.
That's true. There's no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt. I have to agree with him there. It's hard not to agree with that.
And the crowd goes wild.
And the fan went nuts. So yeah, I understand. You can't believe
Did he come up with this question this week, though?
Did you come up with your question?
Well.
That's a no.
No, but wait. Hey, we're 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving.
Okay.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving meal? Or food wise, if you can only eat one. You could eat not a side dish, the main course. What's it going to be? What's your ideal?
Oh, easy. Oh, dude, that's easy.
Your ideal Thanksgiving dinner.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's just make that 20-pound turkey so you can have turkey and then have turkey sandwiches for like 100 years. Oh, just
pie.
Yeah.
Shock pie.
Apple pie.
What kind of pie?
Pumpkin.
My wife makes an apple pie. Oh.
Apple's my favorite. I don't think I've had cherry pie, but I don't like pumpkin pie. Apple pie is the only thing I could go with.
What?
That's okay though, because of
that's more for you.
Together, I can eat more
for you.
There we go.
Man, you un-American or what? You don't like pumpkin pie?
Not really. Not especially. I'll eat it, but it's
okay. First he insults the Sandlot. Now he's insulting pumpkin pie.
I know.
I'm very set in my ways.
Dude, you're 25.
Yeah, 24.
24 years old and he's set in his ways. That's McElwain set in his ways, not you.
Oh, geez, that's going to be me in 30 years?
Take a picture, baby.
Yeah, don't do that to yourself.
30 years?
Don't do that to yourself.
He's not 54, I'll tell you that. He just looks 64, but he's not.
That's why he's on that side of the camera.
Exactly.
I think he should come over here.
Well, all of us, we all
come say hi to the people, Mike.
We all have a face for radio, but it's.
I'm pretty. What are you talking about?
I'm so pretty.
I'm so pretty.
Like Apollo Creed.
I think he's trying to tell us to say goodbye.
Since when do we listen to him?
We don't.
Ever. Pretty much.
Hey, let's start over again.
What? So is it pie for you? Apple pie?
Apple pie. And I like anything. I need gravy. I mean, I won't put gravy on my apple pie, but I'll douse my turkey in gravy, my potatoes, my green beans, everything covered with gravy. I heard a friend of mine that lives in Wheeling said that there's a good place downtown Wheeling that has fries with cheese and gravy on them, and it just sounds fantastic. So I got to go check that out sometime.
Go to Patty's Diner in Mingo, get you some fries with gravy.
That sounds
cheap, too.
They renovated that.
Used to be, anyway. You could eat a lot of food for barely any money.
But nothing better than getting a big old Thanksgiving plate, turkey, stuffing,
I always like it
mashed
the day
potatoes.
later.
Huh?
I always like it the next
Day
day.
later, mashed potatoes, and then see, I'm the only one in my family that likes yams, sweet potatoes.
Okay.
So that is my wife is lovingly makes it just for me.
Aw.
I know. And then I hate green beans, but in a green bean casserole with the onion sticks on top of it,
those are
Okay,
good.
I liked it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
and then throw some nice little cranberries on top of that, we're good to go.
Yeah, we got to wait 2 weeks for this.
You started it. Seriously.
Don't let him ask again.
I know, but he did ask about food. You got to give him credit there.
Yeah. Can't fault anybody for talking about food.
No, because by looking at both of us, we hate food.
Yes, I despise food.
Hopefully, we'll talk about 3 games next week.
Hopefully.
Later, that'd be fun.
Go Blue!
Throwing the ball because they couldn't run on.
Yeah, because they knew they weren't going to be able to.
They couldn't
were
run
trying
on.
to
After
back
that
them
first
up
quarter,
with that.
after that first run, that first series, they weren't running on them.
I loved Fallon's quote though about because the next drive he had the 2 back-to-back sacks.
Yeah.
And he was like, I asked him, was that sort of a message to them after that first drive? He goes, yeah, it was. You can try to run the ball because this ain't gonna work. What are you doing?
He's being artistic.
Dolly shot.
Dolling, like hello, Dolly.
I wish I knew what he.
You're looking well, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong.
Peaslee said I was good for more than just outtakes this week.
Yeah, he gives you a pat on the back and rips me.
That was
Obviously.
That was like the perfect storm right there.
I know, that's perfect.